Skype. It's Out of Nowhere, episode 177. Play with your privates and be real. Be ready. CM Punk is back on a WWE show, but it's really Fox's show, but he's back, sort of, kind of. MJF, Chris Jericho, with a showdown, 10-doll showdowns on AEW Dynamite the other night. I'm Joe Cronin. I have Jake DeMarco here. I've also got something weird in my pants. But we're here to talk wrestling tonight. So much wrestling news to talk about. Let's do this.
This is Wardlow from AEW, and you're watching The Joe Cronin Show.
A wrestling podcast with attitude.
Yeah. Good evening, everybody. Buenos noches. How's everybody doing? I am here and joined by the sexiest banana in the entire world. His name is Jake DeMarco.
Funny you should bring up the banana, because my law offices have been trying to contact your lawyer all day about gimmick infringement. Oh, it's been a tough day, Joe. You know, you don't want to have to attack one of your own, but I saw what you did to that poor banana on Twitter and had to come after you hard. Sorry, got to
Well, you know, if you remember, Jake, back in 2013, I had a Vine.
Yeah.
Where they got 10,000 views. I've been sucking on bananas since 2005, you big piece of shit.
I've been munching them since I came out of the womb.
That's weird.
That's right.
That's like when your dad was sliding it in your mom while she was pregnant with you. You know, you open your mouth as it came in.
He wasn't around. She just swallowed. I'm a tonsil baby.
From Connecticut.
Lots of wrestling news today.
I know you're talking about me, Jake. All right, yeah, I'm sorry.
It'll be good for you. Yeah.
It'll be great. Just eat the banana. Who likes bananas? Jake does. Yeah, there's so much wrestling news today. It's insane, actually. It's kind of nuts. Hey, wait a minute. Look, we found Wardlow.
This is Wardlow from AEW, and you're watching The Joe Cronin Show.
We knew where he was all along. I knew where he was. You didn't know, but I did. All right, Jake, you knew too.
Slightest clue.
No,
but we found him.
He's
finally shown up, and people are actually really excited to see what's going to happen with the Inner Circle and Wardlow.
Yeah.
A lot of great feedback. The ratings are in. You were right on the money with that one.
Talk about Bullseye, motherfuckers.
Bullseye. I was expecting a little more for NXT. I was with you for AEW, but I didn't think NXT would drop as much. But they really hurt themselves with that overseas pre-recorded shows. They were going up and up. They were what, 9,000 views away from AEW. Things were looking great, and then SmackDown and Raw happened. They're both taped ahead of time, so spoilers are out. People don't tune in. Raw had the worst last hour viewership ever.
Oh my God, I didn't see that
in history of the show.
Wow, I didn't know. I mean, they've been
dropped
breaking
to a 1.25.
They broke a lot of records on themselves, but that was something I did miss.
Yeah, that was shocking.
Incredible.
I heard that and I was like, wow, I knew it was bad, but that's scary low. The last hour of Raw drew in 1.259. Yikes. Usually, you hear a panic when they hit a 1.9 and break records, but just a little over 1 million people. That's basically everybody that watched AEW and just a couple more. So
anyone get alerts?
I did not get a notification.
No, everybody's I can tell right now. Where is everybody? Like, where the fuck is everybody? This is weird.
I tweeted it out, but we'll see what happens.
I got an alert. Some people are saying they got them. They're probably just going out late. What's up to everybody? Welcome in. Some people probably just got the alert, so it's no big deal. But I am wrecked today, baby. I went to that. I've people been paying attention to my Patreon. Me and Jesse had an After Dark podcast that was 2 hours long yesterday, in which he encouraged me to look for weed.
Yeah, I told you to go to a dispensary.
He told me about an app, and I was like, well, I'll look up the app. And, I knew there was a dispensary 35 minutes away. And I was like, all right, maybe I'll go to that. And I look up the app, and I'm like, hey, this place, like 7 minutes away from me, just opened up. They just opened up, and I went there today.
They're giving out specials. They're waiting for new business.
They're having a big opening day next week thing, or whatever. I'm like, even though they're already open. And I was like, wow.
Buy one, get high.
Dude, buy one, get high. It's happening at 420. That's about it. Look at this bottle. I got this bottle of this stuff. Just for all the potheads out here. This is some 3D or something. They call it 3D. It's freaking far out is what it is. This whole thing. It's legal in Massachusetts now. It's not bad.
And like you said, on Twitter, you made a great point. Being able to hold that in your hands and drive home and not worry at all whatsoever.
And they got these pre-rolls.
Yeah.
Tiny little pre-roll things. They're expensive, though. It's like retarded. But
that's what Marvel should have done years ago to make a push for this to happen.
Yeah.
Instead of picking up a pack of Marbs, you get a pack of joints,
Yeah, I know. I mean, yeah, the YouTube regulations, that's a whole nother thing to get into. I mean, I've been, like, dude, I hate to tell you guys, but anybody, I've had a lot of email from everybody. Joe, you were talking about this shit back in 2015, and I thought you were fucking joking around, like being, well, people said that they thought I was pressing it, like I was being crazy. This is now not crazy anymore. Now
your
it's
tinfoil hat is now being used to make cookies.
Yep.
You were right, goddammit.
That tinfoil hat was right. And it was obvious to see because all you need to do is think about this. Think about how evil all the Hollywood industry is. How about Hollywood, the news, the media, and the owners of our country way up here above everybody, Disney and all those people way up there. Why would they allow this platform to exist where all these celebrities are creating themselves and creating their own podcasts and channels, and they're losing viewership to people like me who have YouTube podcasts? People would rather pay for these things. I've had so many people on Patreon. I have 390 patrons, saying like, I canceled my Netflix because I'd rather listen to your podcasts are more valuable because I don't have time to watch movies, but at work all day and the drive home and back, and sometimes just going to sleep, I listen to podcasts only, so I listen to yours. So it's crazy, dude. Like, it's really unbelievable. And one of the biggest things, today, my website hoster, the person who hosts my website, and many other hosts have created, finally, pay for subscriptions. So you were never able to have a website where you could be like $9.99 a month to get access to my website. That didn't exist unless you had an expensive website for like $500 to $800 a month. And, and even the cheapest were like $200 to $300 on WordPress. And WordPress is kind of difficult to use for me, so I couldn't do it. So I could never create a members-only area to a site. And now I've been able to do it. So for all the people that are on Patreon, they're always like, I can't go back to episode 20 and 10 and 5. this is going to make it so you can easily navigate my website once you're a member and things like that. And it will basically be in place if somebody really, really wants to go do that. But in the future, it will be in place in case YouTube goes away and I have to change to my own website. But I would basically keep doing the live shows for the time being, free live shows, same thing, free live shows. But then all the normal shows would be behind that paywall, and then we'd put them up. Anyway, whatever. That's thinking like doomsday. I hope that's not going to happen.
No, but you've seen it. I mentioned the other day losing monetization, and you said, channels under 100,000 have more guidelines that they need to follow and kind of get pushed into that automation category. And anyone lower than 50 is really going to be affected. And it's the cable companies and whatnot really striking back. They don't, they've wanted to turn YouTube for ages now into a TV conglomerate. You've seen it firsthand with the trending page when that was first added. Now you see it regularly. There's nothing but Ellen DeGeneres and all the late night talk shows and news agencies. That's what they're pushing. So
yeah,
it's not far off. And whatever they say is just asinine as far as protecting children. Like anything with DACA and all that stuff. I started to bring this up 2 weeks ago. Just does nothing to help protect children at all.
Yeah, it's not about that for sure. This is bullshit. They want to, they're using this as a reason to do stuff to you. And I'm not talking about YouTube. I'm talking about the government. The government's probably being pressured by Hollywood and by media companies, by cable, by all these people. They're being pressured by them to do this. But anyway, here we are. And we're wet. Really appreciate it. The thing about Patreon, man, you just got to provide a lot of entertainment, and you got to provide a lot of content. Even back when I was telling someone this the other day, even back when I didn't have a job, when I was working my 60-hour job, I was still producing content on Patreon constantly, like new content you couldn't get anywhere else. But it's like a lot of people don't do that. They just put up their stuff early and I never get that. But my website's going to be the same way, full of stuff. And
what else we got?
Here's some bubbly time.
A little bit of the bubbly.
That's it. Want some bubbly? Look at this stuff.
A little bit of the bubbly.
That's it.
Bubbly.
Fuck CM Punk.
Oh.
Faggot pussy motherfuck midget asshole. Fans chant this asshole's name for years, and for this pussy to not come back for said fans but for a payday tells you what kind of faggot he is.
Oh my
Hope a
God.
bus runs him over. And he dies. Faggot.
Oh my God, what the fucking God damn it. Holy shit, Mike Hamilton just fucking
going in hard.
Went nuclear on fucking CM Punk. Jesus Christ.
I die every time I hear his name. But, Mike Hamilton is kind of onto something because the fans have chanted CM Punk for 5 years now since he left, essentially. Now he comes back in some way, shape, or form, and they call him a sellout. So there's even more details, too. Cody first spoke out saying that he made us look like dumbasses, referring to Punk.
Yeah.
Because Punk had said, if they wanted a deal, don't just text me. And he said he kind of made us look like dumbasses, saying we sent him an offer, through text. I know we texted him, but we also called him. Someone also met you in a coffee shop, which was surprising to hear. We made genuine efforts. But in this case, 2019, it's more about finding someone, who wants us versus who doesn't really want to be a part of this. And, that's a spot-on affirmation if I've ever heard one for AEW. Why are they going to seek out somebody that wants nothing to do with your company? They made attempts.
Crazy.
But you didn't realize to what extent they made attempts, and they had many negotiations. And he did negotiate with AEW back and forth. He actually met with Tony Khan in person for coffee, and they offered him not just money, not just sacks of money, but a lot of money. And he still ended up doing a WWE on Fox gig. Now, you can kind of, the reason we bring this up
but
first
he didn't do the WWE gig, and they offered him that. So
yeah. So, I mean, bringing this up first, obviously it's, paying attention to the gigantic elephant in the room that's not me. And you have to go ahead and pay mind to the fact that, Punk's a huge draw. Just him showing up immediately in the first hour, you had 5 million views on that tweet for the video that they put up of his, resurgence. He's certainly, someone the wrestling community clamors for. They have bets out now in Vegas for who he'll face at Mania. It's insane.
Really?
Yeah, there's a whole betting pool going on for when and if it's announced that when he'll return to wrestling, if he'll return to wrestling, what show it happens on. you made a great point the other day. You know, if they kind of normalized him now by coming back here,
right?
That it takes away from the pop he would get had he returned and had not been expected
out of
on
nowhere.
TV. And the fact is, the key focus that I take away from all of this is, if they really wanted to do amazing, huge numbers for that show, they would have had him come back on Raw or SmackDown, probably Raw because it's the next night, and say, I will be tomorrow night on WWE Backstage. Boom. And that's how Raw goes off the air. The fans would have went nuts. The internet would have lost their mind, and everyone would tune in. Probably still what they're going to do is tune in, but I feel like even more people probably would have tuned in. So knowing that, it seems like WWE obviously agreed to let him be hired by Fox so they can work on his product, but they still don't want to, that bridge is not mended. That's what I take away from it.
And technically, he could still show up on AEW. Like, there's no reason why he couldn't.
Yeah, he's just an analyst signed by Fox.
Yeah, he's
not working for WWE, which a lot of people are jumping the gun on this. So,
yeah, he could still show. Imagine if he showed up at AEW while working at Fox.
Yeah, that would be.
But that's so weird.
You look into it, and
that's real. I mean, really, that's genius.
It is, but I don't think he wants anything to do with AEW.
No, it sounds like I think
the
smelly kid in the room is AEW.
Yeah, he would have already went ahead and went there. I think.
You're right.
They've had multiple opportunities, times in Chicago. They've offered him pretty much whatever he wanted, from what I've been reading and following up on. Everything from, if you don't want to wrestle, then you could be a manager. You want to commentate? Do you want to just do play-by? Whatever you want. Special guest, janitor. We'll give you. You want to be ring crew? You want to just be a T-shirt seller? I don't give a shit. They wanted him there. They tried, and it just didn't work out. And he's taking the money from Fox Sports and Fox Sports 1, and continuing from there. WWE has all these newer television deals, and with everything going on in Saudi as well. Think about the astounding amount of money that people are making in Saudi Arabia.
Right.
Maybe he came back for some type of Saudi deal in the future. Maybe that's what'll bring him back. We didn't think it was possible for Shawn Michaels to come out of retirement, and they did that for him with Saudi. So
that was really crazy. I still can't.
It's hard to say no when there's $8-10 million sitting at your feet guaranteed.
That's true.
You have all your loyalties and contingencies planned. You don't want to break your own rules per se, and then all of a sudden they throw down a briefcase of money, and it's hard to say no. So you can be as vindicated as you want. It's still a possibility that he'll return.
Can't Sean just dig into those millions of dollars that fan left him? He's got so much money, right? I mean, come on.
Exactly. But Punk could return. I mean, I don't want to, keep bringing this up over and over. I still don't see it being likely that he's going to return to wrestling.
I don't think so either. Something's wrong.
Really
from sexy
shit.
transvestite from sexual Transylvania.
Bimbo Baggins is in the house.
I'm from sexy transvestite from sexual Transylvania. Sexy transvestite from sexual Transylvania.
Guys like Doomcock are planning to leave YouTube and I'm considering disabling my account. Also fuck that SJW soy boy CM Cuck. That bum sucks at everything including fighting, fucking his wife and writing SJW comics.
Ugh.
Punk screams the definition of a soy boy.
I mean, he's kind of just a dickhead. Bimbo Baggins, thank you for the $7, Bimbo.
And, a few people have said, obviously, oh, well, this and that, he'll be back around. AEW's in Chicago. Melvin in the chat said it, in 2 weeks. WWE Survivor Series is in, Illinois and in the end of the month. And they've been to Chicago how many times? And same AEW was already there. They've had their pay-per-view there. They've had shows there. I don't think that's the deal breaker for him, having to be in his hometown. He'll obviously travel. Yeah,
there's been a million chances for CM Punk to do something in his hometown there. Like, how many times, have they been in Chicago where they're in Chicago, they're in Chicago, 2 all-ins, all-outs, multiple WWE shows. Who cares? I don't even care. I literally kind of hate this guy.
It's hard to bring up. I mean, I miss him dearly for what he did for the company. I enjoyed his his entire I did. I had a a hard on for Punk when he was
dearly. Did you say you miss him dearly?
I do.
What is he, a fucking lost soldier?
Think about it. He was one of the greatest characters we had for many, many years, and unfortunately in a time right now where we have no characters, I think that he would motivate the locker room. I think it would make a great amount of change.
Yeah,
if he was there to wrestle, he would make people step up their game. At least in my eyes, I feel like it would, certainly bring about a good deal of entertainment. So, but even he isn't the answer to our WWE woes.
God.
It's just that's another Band-Aid as well.
I got to read this. Be me in the chat goes, imagine if someone stupid, say Braun, because he's an idiot, won Money in the Bank, and then he sold the case to a mystery person, and they waited till Mania for Punk to come out with the case. Can you imagine that?
That's a hell of a booking scenario.
Imagine that you sold it to somebody, like somebody sold it. Oh my God, that's a great idea. That's one of those things that normally I get angry at. Like, that's like a fucking fuck you to the case, but it's not in a way. As long as like some like fucking R-Truth won it, you know what I mean? Like, he's in the fucking the Money in the Bank match, and somehow he gets the fucking contract, and then the next week, like Carmella or whoever the fuck is like, that was so awesome. Like what you did the other night. Like, where's your case? Where's your briefcase? So you should be carrying it around everywhere with you. I sold it.
For a nickel,
I sold it to somebody very
for
special.
$1 and a pickle.
Very special. And then she's like, what do you mean you sold it, And then, it comes out. I don't know. And then, you know what it would be? Then the next thing would be that she's like, oh my, well, did you get like $1 million for it? What did you sell it for? And he's like, I sold it for $10 on eBay to some guy named JJ42. And then it turns out that CM Punk bought it. And this is the type of thing they would do. That's why I'm reading this, because this is so out of oh my God. And Punk comes he was like, and the next night on Raw after WrestleMania, he's like, I just saw that. I thought it was bullshit. I saw it on eBay and I just figured, might as well take a shot. And it was authentic. This is the dumbest deal. Shit I've ever heard of. Oh God, dude!
We've seen worse things happen with that briefcase.
I love Baron see Corbin, them doing it. Yeah, he pawned it. Oh my God.
No, that would be something they'd have him do. He traded it for the 24/7 title.
He traded it for the 24/7 title.
I want to cash in. And that's the shit that, and yes, I'm not denying that Punk was, poisonous to the locker room, but I think that that's the kind of thing would cause other people to want to step up and band together.
See, I wouldn't go either way. I wouldn't say I miss him dearly, and I wouldn't say he was poisonous to the locker room. I'm somewhere in the middle of that.
Oh, I know he had, issues with many, many people while he was there, but that was also his personal frame of mind too. So it was on him just as much as it was everybody else, apparently. But I do miss those type of characters. He was larger than life. He got people interested in wrestling all over again. You think about, there was such a great lull, then him and John Cena happened with him leaving and the pipe bomb, and he got the wrestling resurgence to happen. So many people that didn't watch for years tuned back in because of CM Punk.
Oh my God, Jake. Oh my God, dude, I'm gonna die.
Uh-oh.
Somebody just sent the 2K glitch.
Oh, I saw it.
Is it the one where Charlotte falls off?
Yeah, for the Evolution match.
Yeah.
I had one playing through the story where I couldn't progress because a backstage brawl, the person I was fighting against would always start stuck into one of the speakers in the side.
Yeah.
And they were just continually running, and it just won't go. So I'm kind of just stuck there at this point in time. I don't know if it's going to be patched or fixed or what. But you can't restart. It's just at that point, and it's pretty deep in, so can't skip cutscenes. Don't want to do that all over again, so just gave up on it for now.
Dude, I gotta tell you, man.
Gaming at its high point.
Shannon Thomas, dude, sent me this video of their kid dancing to the Turkey song. I mean, the kid, like almost not even a year-old baby, dancing to the Turkey song.
That's great.
It's awesome. Like, it's funny because like when my kid was little, I sent a band that I like. I sent them a message of my kid dancing to the band. I was like, he loves like your music or whatever. He just loves dancing to this stuff. And it's just funny. That's not the first time that's happened either. Like people like sending me the donations. It doesn't matter because the kid doesn't know what the hell's being said anyway. You know, it's not. Yeah, it's not the age. It's not like they're 3. Yeah, like when kids become 3, that's when they're like, I'm gonna repeat everything. Like they don't know anything at 1 or 2 or whatever. So like that's why that's the funny thing about my kids too. I could leave them in the room when I was doing all these things because like they don't hear what I'm saying, so it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? But like once your kid reaches like now Finn is 3, now I can't like have anything on because he's repeating everything, and I can't. It sucks because like I can't. I'm like I can't watch him. It's on you. Like I have to go PG. You know, I go PG, and then I have to sign the new YouTube agreement thing. It's crazy.
Yeah, really.
But anyway, what else?
To switch over. People are saying in the chat, by the way, out of the realm of wrestling, there's a big fight that broke out in the Steelers-Browns game right now.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it was last I checked 21-7. So Steelers just keep throwing interceptions.
Thursday night football is going to hell right now.
A lot of people are going to get suspended. Yeah, I believe that.
I'm going to go look
somebody
at
about hitting somebody with a helmet. God damn, it sounds brutal.
It sounds better than the Patriots game for me a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, so right off the bat with the ratings, I mean, AEW pulled in a great deal. They had 957,000 viewers, almost a million.
What did I say? What was the number I said? You remember? It was like 920, 950. It might have been 950. I don't know.
I thought it was 950.
It might have been 930, 950. It was something like that. If it was 950, then God, give me a hug, somebody. But it was.
I had thought that they would go up surely, but I thought NXT would continue to climb as well, and that did not happen. So NXT, they pulled in 750,000 viewers. That's down from 813.
I think I said something like that on there, too. I think I said 720, to be honest, or 780, 720, 750. I can't remember these numbers. Somebody in the chat probably saying it right now. Joe, you said this. Somebody probably remembers. I don't know.
AEW took the number 5 spot in the 18 to 49 demographic. NXT came in at number 22.
God damn.
So that's certainly painful.
Piece of shit.
All right, I'm taking a look at it to see who got hit by the helmet. Oh yeah, here we go.
While you're pulling this up, funny little side story. You're hearing, different
interviews.
Are
you fucking kidding me? I can't go back and watch it.
Really?
The DVR didn't save on the fucking on my thing.
Oh, it'll be up on Twitter in a minute then.
What a bunch of bullshit, though.
Gotta hate it when that happens. YouTube TV.
Yeah, it's like
another piece of shit.
Unless you recorded, I guess probably it didn't get it. It should just record everything. Motherfucker.
Jungle Boy was told to gain 30 pounds, and then WWE would sign him.
Is that a joke? Like
no, he was speaking in an interview the other day, and he was talking with the Young Bucks, going over with everything with Jurassic
WWE
Express.
was really gonna sign Jungle Boy?
Yeah, he said. I did some
extra
work.
Jungle Boy. I was thinking of Marco Stunt.
Oh yeah, no.
Jesus.
He said I did some extra work elsewhere, and WWE told me if you put on 30 pounds or whatever, we'll give you a job.
I see what happened. Rudolph, the player, like tackled him, and then he wouldn't let go of him after he released the ball, basically, and then he smashed him on the ground, and then he tries to he ripped Rudolph's helmet off. Wow, the Steelers should have beat the shit out of him for that. Wow, dude, what a bunch of pussies on the Steelers. You let your quarterback's helmet get ripped off his head and then just didn't do anything?
Number 95, those 2 players are disqualified, and the fouls will offset. We'll play 4th down.
The fouls will offset. That's bullshit. Wow, the Steelers, they all just offset and they didn't even do anything? The Steelers are pussies. I'm telling you what, that happens to Tom Brady, I expect somebody to kill somebody. You watch your
damn, he got cracked hard in the head too.
But you watch your quarterback's helmet get ripped off by another team like the Browns, and you don't beat the shit out of them. Man, the Steelers are fucking pussbags. The quarterback was going after him. Rudolph was going after him, but his players should have gone after him because he couldn't get to him. They should have beat the shit out of that guy. Oh, my God, dude. God help me if I saw my quarterback his helmet ripped off.
Oh, it was Myles Garrett that hit him, too. Damn.
I would have fucked him up. Pouncey kicked him in the fucking head, Joe. He did? What? I didn't see that. I didn't see it. Oh, well, I guess I'll have to. I'm gonna wait for the highlights to come out on Twitter or whatever. I'll tell you when they're out.
The only thing I see is the helmet part getting ripped off, and
yeah, I didn't see any kicking and stuff. I guess I missed a lot of. Maybe I missed shit. There's only 5 seconds left in the game. I mean, it's over. Man, I would have flipped the fuck out. Let me pause this. All right. Well, anyway, back to the wrestling news. Sorry.
Yeah, but they have their usual ordering room service. Wrestlers on the Road ordering room service podcast there. So Jungle Express is talking, and or Jurassic Express, excuse me, and Jungle Boy is talking, and he says, "I did extra work elsewhere, and WWE told me if you put on 30 pounds, we'll give you a job." He said, "The way it is, it's not going to happen." I was really bummed out because it was the one thing that I get hung up on. I know what I can do. I can do a lot of stuff, and I think there are a lot of guys who are way bigger than me, and they're not as good. And it feels, good to get hung up on it. So at least now he can revel in the fact that he made it and didn't have to gain any weight in the process.
Oh, Never Sleep Again said, from Cleveland, watching Steelers are not pussies. They attacked Miles afterwards, Joe. Oh, okay, Never Sleep Again. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. I didn't know.
Good.
Good. What are you going to do? Even, you got to do that, right? Like, I expect that. I expect a major fucking retaliation. If you are pulling at a face mask of a quarterback so much his head's going like this, and then you rip his helmet off, oh my God, dude, you should have your wrist broken. Like, that's now, Rudolph grabbed him first, it looked like, but whatever. Somebody fucking put this up on Twitter. What the fuck, Twitter? I'm a fucking American, and I like controversy.
I like what DJ Scandalous said. WWE, you need to gain weight, but Kevin Owens, Keith Lee, Chris Hero, you guys can be fat as shit. You guys can be pleasantly plump as you want to be. You don't have to lose any weight. We don't want
Jungle
you to
Boy gained 30 pounds. Okay, so they really would have hired this fucking guy.
So they say, but you never know with WWE either. They could just tell him that, and then he comes back, and they're like, yeah, no, you're still too small, or
right.
You don't fit what we're going for. Oh. That's typically their mindset, Another interesting fact, AEW's win-loss record will reset in January. So,
ooh, he hit him with his helmet.
Yeah, he hit him with the helmet. He hit him right in the head, cracked him with it.
Wow, dude. And then, dude, they really beat the Steelers better kill these guys. After the quarterback had his back turns, after he got hit in the head with the helmet and he had his back turned, another guy came out of nowhere and knocked him over. And then one of the Steelers saw that he got knocked over and turned around. I don't know what happened after that, but oh yeah, they beat the guy up a little bit. Oh yeah, kicked in the head. There you go. Fuck yeah, bro. Fuck that guy. And you know what? Whoever came in and hit the quarterback from behind, that guy should have been fucked up too. Ooh, he's gonna be suspended for the year. Whoever that is on the Browns is gonna be suspended for the year.
Yeah, it's a real shit tactic.
Who did that? Like, dude, he swung his helmet and hit the quarterback in the head without a helmet on. With a helmet.
Garrett that did that.
What?
Miles Garrett.
Garrett, we'll see you next year. You fucking retard idiot.
Drew said he sent it to us. So.
Yeah, I just saw it because of Drew.
Okay. Yeah,
wow.
Thank you.
Miles fucking suspended. See ya. See you next season, you fucking numbskull. The Browns suck cock anyway, I guess. I mean, you won the game, though. I don't understand what they're doing. They won the game.
Yeah, why are they doing this way at all? Like, it shouldn't. Tempers flare, but Jesus.
Miles Garrett, goodbye. That is going to be a problem.
Right there, snatches the helmet, picks it up, and then
that's a weapon.
Crack.
That's a crack over the head with a fucking helmet. He swung it like a tomahawk over the guy's head. He may not play. He may not play ever again. That's crazy.
It wasn't like the helmet came off accidentally and he was like trying to, that was intentional. That was used as a weapon.
No wonder the guy was kicking him in the head on the ground.
Yeah, because that was the, the aftermath after the hit came, the swing.
Yeah, and you know what? Honestly, to be honest, in my opinion, the guy kicking the guy in the head shouldn't even be in trouble that much because he lost his mind because he just saw his quarterback get like assault, deadly murder. He saw his quarterback almost murdered, and he was like, you tried to murder my quarterback. So, like, I think the guy, it should be like when you kill someone who just banged your 3-year-old. Like, you get away with it because you're insane. Like, I would consider this guy's gone insane. The linebacker or whoever's kicking the guy in the head, I would consider him fucking...
Yeah, it's Pouncey, number 53.
Yeah, he's actually defending a guy's life at that point, dude. Oh, yeah, Pouncey? Okay, yeah, fuck that. Is Pouncey black or is he white?
I don't know.
The white guy number 66, whoever that is, because I'm trying to identify people. I'm narrowing it down by color. It might be Jimbo. Man, this is some weird fucking shit, bro. Dude, if I saw that guy hit somebody in the head with a helmet, unprotected, swinging a helmet at someone's head.
He hit him hard with it, too.
Dude.
See his neck pushing.
I don't even think that guy should be that in trouble for kicking that guy. He kicked him in the head, but he had a helmet on.
Yeah, exactly. And pads, your head's not moving down.
I'm trying to figure out who everybody is. I can barely see. I can only tell by color because the linebacker's so white. He's so white. It's definitely not Pouncey or whoever that is. And,
no, number 66 there.
I think it's all just. I can't tell, man. I can see Rudolph because he's pasty too. The guy who hits him with the helmet is a white guy too, right?
No.
No?
No, it doesn't look like it from here.
I'm trying to I can't figure out who's who here, and I'm trying to use race, and I can't even tell. I just have to use numbers and names. Who are the numbers and names? Oh, Pouncey's black. Yeah, I can tell. I thought Pouncey was black because he's bringing it on this fucking guy. See, I don't even think Pouncey should be in trouble because Pouncey's like fucking, he's just lost his mind. He just saw his little quarterback get some big dude fucking bashed him in the skull with his helmet. So Pouncey's lost his goddamn mind at this point. And he's coming in fucking boom, boom, boom and kicking him in the head and shit. Like, so I consider Pouncey like out of his mind, like at that point. Like there's not, I mean, what are you going to do?
Reggie Bush said they're about to suspend Myles Garrett for 30 years.
Yeah, he might be
It's
done.
like that was a hood fight. That was the craziest thing I've seen on a football field ever. Hate to see that in our game. That's not what pro football is about.
That's weird. I mean, dude, it all starts with, I mean, I can understand everything else. Like, first, Rudolph is tackled kind of hard, right? So Rudolph gets tackled hard. He doesn't like it. So he grabs the helmet of the guy who tackled him. And Rudolph, the quarterback, is trying to rip the helmet off of the guy who tackled him. I can see what's going on. So the guy who tackled him, who was rough with him, gets pissed. So Rudolph did make him like a little bit of a fucking shit about it.
But it says right here, Skip Bayless says Myles Garrett started with a rub-it-in takedown of Rudolph.
No, it was.
He drove him into the turf.
Yep.
And then Garrett, he said that Rudolph got his hand in Garrett's helmet, who was just holding the helmet to scream at him. And that prompted Garrett to rip off his helmet dangerously and attack him. So,
you know what Rudolph should have done after he got hit in the head? Oh, man, then the guy that hit him from behind. Like, what the fuck is up with that guy? But
Myles Flash Garrett is, he said his Twitter bio says, a hero is made by the path he chooses.
Really?
Well, not by the power he is graced with. Well, this was your chosen path then.
Well, maybe this is what the slave owners of the NFL wanted. And then... And then Pouncey just beats the shit out of this guy. Oh, my Christ, dude. That Pouncey loses his mind. Oh, God, I love...
Play some football and kick some ass.
Rudolph,
we're all out of football.
Rudolph should have just fallen over like he got knocked out. Like, he should have sold the shit out of that helmet shot. And just passed out, like, after he got hit in the head. Oh, my God. The chat is saying stuff even I don't want to say.
I know.
That is so fucked up.
Twitter is just... lit up with Hulk Hogan memes at this point.
Oh man, what is his name? Miles? It's Miles.
Yeah,
Garrett?
Myles Garrett.
Yeah, Myles Garrett. Yeah, I know who that is too. That's funny. Oh man.
Well, Jesus. See
in the XFL.
from one Miles to another. Jordan Miles deletes his Twitter account after being let go by the WWE. Apparently. Still, that has not been completely confirmed from my most recent standings, but
WWE's going to pretend he doesn't exist.
Well, that's the thing, and from what was last reported that I had seen is that he's not getting any form of payout. He has a 365-day no-compete clause that he's going to have to stick to.
Wow.
AEW wants nothing to do with him, and the funniest part of all is WWE was pushing him. They had plans in mind for him that exceeded most people's expectations.
Sure they did.
They had him. He already won the breakout tournament. He already got a match against Adam Cole.
Yep.
For the NXT title.
Yeah, I remember that.
Apparently he was going to play into some of the angle going forward after War Games, and now it all unraveled. He was going to be a major star. Dave Meltzer and several others say that he could go to New Japan, but AEW is not an option for him now. And though he's talented, WWE had big plans for a push, and things went south in a bad way. WWE never offered any defense of the controversial T-shirt because there is none, it says here. The only thing they could say is it was a collaborative effort, and Miles approved it. Miles said he only approved the shirt because he saw it on a white background and not a black T-shirt. But basically what he's saying there is that anyone wearing a black T-shirt is racist. Oh, shit. But it's just, the whole thing was extremely convoluted and ridiculous.
I get what they saw. I get what they saw. And if that was what it was, then it would be racist. But
there were no eyes. It goes with the smile gimmick. I don't see it being racist one bit. I don't see there's an iota of racist intent there at all whatsoever. And for a company that you can absolutely, pick things apart with from previous years. You're coming off of Kofi's huge win at Mania and being champion for 7 months or so, and here they're pushing this guy. They make him the breakout star of NXT. They have plans with him. The shirt simply went with his gimmick.
Nadine on Twitter wrote, "Who wants to smash to Gangrel's theme?" Fucking sign me up.
Still one of my favorites.
And you just smash
So, Go-Go Miles is now no longer on Twitter, and this comes after his "I fucking quit" message was posted. So
I was told that I'm a dumb white racist KKK supporter, so I need to not talk about it.
Ridiculous.
That's what I was told by multiple people.
Yeah, I know, and you ended up unfortunately taking the video down just because it was...
So fuck it. Fuck you, I won't talk about him then. In fact, I won't talk about most black athletes anymore. How about that? I'm not allowed to do it because I'm a cracker KKK member or something.
Seemingly what...
I'm the only KKK member that wears Tupac shirts and fucking 40% of my... it's just fucking retarded. I hate the world, and good, I took the video down, so fuck you. I'll never talk about that guy again. I hope he dies in a car fire.
Bam, baby. As I mentioned before, AEW's win-loss records, they're going to be like college seasons, for football.
Right.
They want to generate a top 5. They're hoping it'll be a weekly thing. And it isn't just broadcast. It'll also be social, just like with college football. And, you get your top 20. And a guy who is 5-0 is not ranked in the top 3 because of some of the quality of wins, the softness of the schedule. They want to really go in and make this, have a full analyst, sense about it. And they're saying that their idea right now is that January 2020 will be the start of a new campaign.
Yeah, it's kind of like seasons in like a video game to me.
Yeah.
It feels like they're kind of doing that type of deal. Let's go ahead and play some donations. See what you guys are saying out there.
Where am I living? Where am I living? Where am I living? Right now.
Slobby faggot, slobby faggot. Slobby fat fuck faggot.
Wow. Mike Amilto, thank you for the 1050. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Like 40% of my Instagram friends are like fucking black and Latino. It's like this guy wrote this fucking thing and I'm like, dude, you are a big idiot. You're a big idiot. And by the way, you called fucking Jay Lethal and Uncle Tom and all this other shit. Like, this guy's a psycho. I'm never talking about him again. Don't bring him up to me. I fucking hate this guy. Mike Amilto, you are the top donator.
Coming in strong.
I'm worried. I'm actually concerned for him that he's going to end up fucking dead. Is what I'm worried about.
There's got to be some mental illness there.
I mean, maybe there's not. Maybe he could really believe what he's saying or be really using it for like advantage or whatever. But either way, like I'm actually worried about the guy. Like dead serious. Like I'm actually concerned with this no compete clause and whatever. Like that he's going to get really whacked out. I mean, maybe not, but I'd be worried about him. Like dead serious.
You're not the only one. A lot of people feel the same way.
Hopefully WWE's got somebody in touch or something because, like Jim Ross said a little while back. Remember when the whole Rich Swann thing happened with his wife or the girlfriend beating maybe or allegedly all that bullshit on Rich Swann. Jim Ross was like, hopefully they don't cut him loose and just fucking never. Hey, see you later. Good luck. Hopefully somebody's talking to him.
Yeah, exactly.
Same thing with this guy. Hopefully
you don't want to add more fuel to the fire.
Yeah, man. Have somebody talk to this guy because even though Someone said the QB started it. He kind of did, but not. I mean, he felt he was attacked first, though, like by being slammed, like horrifically. Pouncey is awesomely insane. I'm liking it.
Yeah, he goes nuts.
Joe Buck said disgusting act by Myles Garrett.
Yeah.
Wow, that is fucked up. I don't blame Pouncey now. At this point, in my opinion, like that guy went into like attempted murder.
Defense mode. Yeah, he snapped.
Yeah, and so Pouncey lost his mind. So I think they should suspend Pouncey for like a game or two, for the excessiveness. Like maybe didn't need to kick him when he was down. But he just saw a guy have a helmet swung at him full force and cracked over the head with it. Luckily, the way he swung it, the front of the face mask point is what hit the quarterback in the head, not like the egg of the helmet, the part of the real heavy part. But he wasn't aiming. He was just swinging it. So, yeah, that guy, Myles Garrett, is done in the NFL as far as what I can see. You mentioned Jim Ross earlier. But it's funny because in hockey, dude, you can cross-check someone in the face. Oh, yeah, hockey. And you get like 4 minutes, you'll get 3 game suspension maybe if you hit him in the head, but I don't know, it's just kind of funny. Like you can, I love the NHL, man. They're so much tougher. It's crazy. Like you can punch people and headbutt them and all kinds of shit, and you might get a couple games suspension. But you figure you're not coming down on top of the head like that either. Yeah, no one's swinging a weapon. But also in the NFL, they're 12-6 scenario. You're also expected to know that you're involved in some kind of combat in the NFL, in the NHL. Like there's an agreement that like I know somebody may try to fight me. Like there may be some craziness. Yeah, like that's the mindset and agreed stance behind it. It's weird. It's just an unknown. This is so weird. Anyway, what else you're coming to be attacked? So you mentioned Jim Ross, and that was one of the things I wanted to bring up because with so many people being critical of the hardcore match we saw at Full Gear, he went ahead and was pretty glowing about the match to Sports Illustrated. He goes ahead and says the passion in that match was a breath of fresh air to our business. I haven't seen two guys work any harder to get something over in years. It's been years since I was this proud of two guys in a match like I am with Moxley and Kenny. I've never seen a main event like that. They should be congratulated. The effort they put forth was absolutely amazing. This match was a great indication of the in-ring spirit of AEW. Couldn't agree more. And as we mentioned, most of what they did was safe and well controlled. They were always, in control of their strikes with the weapons. Most of the stuff was gimmicked, and what wasn't was practiced or worked out between the two. So, right. We've seen much worse as far as bloodshed goes and death matches. Right. But, I mean, come on, dude, like Corderas pissed me off the other day. Yeah, that took our business back 4 steps. 4 steps? Jimmy Corderas is a fucking weasel idiot. Like, seriously, Jimmy Corderas, if you ever hear this, you're a fucking idiot, and this is why you're fired from WWE, because you clearly must be a moron. Like, you are a moron. I used to like Corderas, but after that, you set our company back 4 steps. Especially when he was working. 4 steps? What was going on? What is he talking about? Yeah, like, what the fuck? Makes no sense. Dude, you would have thought they just had a fucking, like, death match, like, from hell, like, that, like Sabu was, like, scraped on the back and the face with barbed wire. Like, you would expect that they just had one of those, like, torturous, grotesque matches. They didn't have anything like that. This was nothing like a grotesque match. There wasn't even excessive bleeding. No. Like, or anything like that whatsoever. For Jimmy Corderas to say that took our wrestling back 4 steps... I mean, we've seen worse with blade jobs. What? Yeah. Like, dude, why? If that took us back 4 steps, how come Dustin Rhodes and Cody didn't take us back 4 steps when Dustin was bleeding like out of his head all over the place? Yeah, there was no square inch of that ring that wasn't covered in his DNA. This was less gruesome, way less gruesome than that. I mean, they did everything safe and kind of mildly, like, and it was fun. What in the fuck, dude? Jimmy Corderas has a mole on his head. Looked worse. It did. His head wound looked much worse. I'm fucking disgusted. I'm going to take a call and see if they're working because there was a big Skype update today. So maybe the Skype calls are going to work again. Unknown callers on the phone. Hello.
Hey, Joe Cronin. What's up, man? I got a question for you.
What's up, man?
if you had the Godfather's gimmick, who would be your lady friends?
If I had the Godfather's gimmick, my lady friends would be my wife, Alicia Fox, Sasha Banks, Alexa Bliss, Tennille Dashwood, and somebody I'm leaving out, I feel like. And maybe, what's her name? Who's, oh, God damn it, I can't think of her name. The tiny girl. The other one. With, wow, dude, I can't remember shit.
Alexa Bliss?
No, I already said her.
Oh, I didn't hear you.
God damn it, she's going out with, another name I can't remember. Is this the weed? Is this the weed I smoked today? Like Aleister Black.
Be.
She's with Aleister Black.
Right. Zelina Vega.
Zelina Vega. Yeah, Zelina Vega. Okay, there you go. That would be those would be my hoes.
Hard to argue with that.
Okay. And I'd make my wife watch. All right. Thanks for the call, man. Holy shit, that was bizarre, but I'm liking it.
Shit bum.
Shit bum.
Hey Joe, when is Bailey gonna finally get the IC mid-card monetize this championship?
He's gonna get it. It's actually in the mail now. He's going to have the IC belt, baby. And we signed it, too. Me and Leah signed it. He's gonna hold on to that. JB's Roasted Pooper, thank you for becoming a $5 shit bum. JB's Roasted Pooper. What the fuck name is that? I'm going to let some of these other donations play, too. We got some more coming in. And
maybe try and mute me again because I can't hear him anymore.
Oh, God damn it.
Shit bum.
Meanwhile, these two teams play again in 2 weeks. Well, that's must-watch TV.
Wow. I doubt anything's going to happen because, dude, all these people that were in this game are going to be gone. Greg the Banana, thank you for the $5 and becoming a $5 shit bum. I still can't believe I'm saying this, man. This is some insane shit. Wow. That's crazy. I'm going to flip out on a video on this later on Corrupted. Greg the Banana, thanks, man. Appreciate that.
Super Chat Party.
Yeah.
Jordan Miles is a goddamn goof. Chavo is opening the Eddie G liquor store in the Spaz.
Whoa.
Phoenix podcast finally got approved on iTunes.
Hey, baby. Let's go check it out. Spaz Phoenix, thank you for the $5 Canadian. Let's see. Let's see if we can find it. Let's see if we can find it. Is this it? I think I found it, bro. Oh, fucking Spotify, though. They're like, we don't like you. You have to sign in or whatever.
There are people out there that actually think it's is gone. And to that, I say, well, that technically would have been true when he went and did his thing at StarCast then, because that's when you were...
Spaz, I'm definitely going to listen. I'm going to listen to that later.
A little bit of the bubbly.
That's it. Want some bubbly?
Your audio is only coming out of your right speaker.
Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
That's it.
Joe, do you like the revival? Personally, I think they're boring, out of touch fucks still living off their glory days in NXT. Sorry, I can't hear the cheers they get when they come out. Oh wait, they don't get cheered, they get crickets, you marks on Twitter.
I really do like the revival, but I don't like them on the main roster because the main roster, like everything, handles them wrong. The revival was great in NXT because they were handled right. Now on the main roster, they're handled like shit.
Yeah, and from there you figure, their attitude. So was it their being mishandled that made them sound like shit?
Yeah. You hear these again? Yep. Jordan Miles Garrett. Oh no. That's hilarious.
We have fused together to create the super racist heel. We are turning the race card around. Fuck all you white mayonnaise cracker motherfuckers, it's on.
Jordan Miles Garrett. What are you, a South African? They kill white people out there in 2 seconds. Jordan Miles Garrett, thank you, man, for the $4. Woo! Also, Spaz, man, you got to fix your audio, dude. That was fucked up. I couldn't listen to that. It was only coming out of one ear. It sounds like you're good at talking, so like I was ready to listen to what you were going to say, but it's only coming out of this ear on my headset. And I can hear
what
it.
else we got? Oh,
in this ear.
A little bit of the bubbly.
That's it. Fix your audio.
Want some bubbly? Look at this stuff. Oh, a little bit of the bubbly. That's it.
Browns versus Steelers game 10/10ths, great show.
I imagine it was a really good game, man. I think a lot of people watched it because it was so wild. Houseman, thanks for the $3, man. What's going on?
I wonder how many people tuned out at that point, though, because it was already 21-7, and
yeah, that's a good point.
Just throwing interception after interception.
And it's garbage. Yeah, I mean, who's got neither team? Yeah, I don't know. They have a rivalry, though, don't they? Is that what it is?
Yeah, usually, but
well, Houseman, thanks, man. Let's see what we got next. We got looks like Big Fuego Jacobs in the house.
Rejoined Patreon. Much love to the JCS army. Time to get chaotic.
Hell yeah, welcome back.
What is up, Big Fuego, and welcome back to Patreon. The Browns fan on Twitter that I was just talking to was like, I hope not, he's a beast. I'm like, dude, you hope not he's not suspended the rest of the year? That guy's
gone.
That guy's done.
He's done for.
Myles Garrett is done for the season.
Thinking about back and shooting him.
Oh, that's... Oh, my God. What the fuck, bro?
He's Old Yeller in it.
Oh, my God.
His days are done for.
Looks like we're still having the Skype problems. After that unknown call, I can't take another call.
At least the audio came back, I guess, but damn it.
I'm trying to add calls. Unbelievable. What a bunch of bullshit, man. Skype, come on. What the fuck, Windows? Ugh.
It's kind of a, like we mentioned the other day with that issue, you know, people leave the call and they can still hear everything. And so something's up.
Yeah, I'm taking the calls.
I tested that again myself because I was trying to mess with things. And, yep, it's I can recreate it, so...
This is it's like weird. There's a green button to take a call that will put you on hold. There's a red button to hang up on them. Then there's a white button that says add to the call.
Why's it got to be a white button?
And a black background.
but yeah, usually you're able to merge the calls so that you don't hang up on me. And
merging the calls does nothing. It just disappears. The call disappears.
Even last night when I had left so people could call in, you were losing them after 30 or 60 seconds at times.
This is weird. Let me try this. Let me try something else. Hello?
I can hear you.
Oh. Sorry, man. I'm sorry, guys. I can't take calls again. There's still a problem with Skype. So I apologize.
I heard someone talk
for
for a second.
Oh, you heard that person?
I heard
what else we got? Oh, a little bit of the bubbly. That's it.
I don't have audio.
Bubbly? Look at this
stuff.
stuff.
My God.
Oh, a little bit of the bubbly. That's it.
I love putting my hot and warm juices deep inside of Tiffany.
Oh.
Sweet and juicy.
Glorious. Thank you, Glorious, for the $3. So happy to have you gloriously back in my my arms, you sexy pie. And shout out to Mike Amilto. He's the largest donator of the night so far with $10.50. He could be taking home that JCS Digital Championship. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Appreciate that. Oh, God.
$9 for a fuck. Someone donated 9. I'm getting hard. I got 9 inches inside of your wife. $9. I'm shooting my semen to the ceiling. I'm coming and my balls have turned blue. $9. Suck my dick. Suck, fuck.
Why does JB treat me this way? He has been my owner for 5 years and still hasn't thrown me out. He endlessly farts and shits on me all the time. Quiche tries to clean me since JB is a misogynistic fuck making his wife do laundry. I just wanna be in the trash.
Bailey's Undies. Obviously been listening to the Corrupted podcast on weekends. Bailey shits his pants a lot. That is nasty. You got to do what you got to do when you have 4 eyes, though, I guess. Jake, what else you got for wrestling news?
A lot of it's small stories, but not much on the AEW scene. Pretty much what I said was what I had for
AEW. Almost got back to 1 million.
I know.
Almost back to 1 million.
I think they're gonna eventually break that threshold again. I don't think next week they will. I think the week after maybe, but I think it's going to be a continued progression back up. WWE with NXT, they had a solid influx of viewers again, and unfortunately being overseas and taping the shows just killed that momentum. It was crazy because Bayley had to travel from the overseas tour, get a flight from France, connect back to the United States, and head all the way down to NXT just to do that quick little 5-second run-in on Shayna Baszler. Were you finally able to see NXT?
I saw the ladder match, and that's all I've seen so far. That it was just great, stuff. But rest of NXT looked pretty good, but it wasn't anything. It was kind of like AEW was. It was just good.
Yeah, I think NXT takes it for me a little bit over AEW last night, and
wrestling-wise,
I'd probably
the better
grade them
wrestling.
both at a 7.5, and I'd give NXT the edge. That ladder match was excellent.
See, if you could have put that NXT wrestling alongside the AEW story with a little bit of the NXT story, you would have this perfect show.
And AEW had a great deal of promos and trying to build up more on their character side of things and build towards future feuds. So I enjoyed that, but NXT is trying to do that as well. They're really focused heavily on War Games, obviously, but that main event was something else. Maya Yim, when she got drop kicked in the face holding the ladder, they didn't know what to do at that point, and I couldn't help but chuckle because they're trying to break for time.
Yeah,
and obviously, Shirai's not supposed to, just stand there. So she's slowly trying to set up the ladder. So she gets one leg up, she gets the other, then she secures the rungs, and she's trying to make her way up, and ever so slowly she can't move, her hand's injured, because they're trying to put her face back together quickly. But it was certainly a brutal set of injuries for her. Now we
reminded
know
me of
sure
the Samoa Joe Balor match where that match was way better because they had blood.
Yeah, they kept stopping it too, and the fans were going nuts.
Yeah.
You heard let them fight, and finally Joe just walked away from the doctor and said, screw it entirely.
Yeah, and then we heard he was yelled at for that too.
Yeah, well, you know what?
But whatever.
Go with it. It worked.
Yeah.
Yeah, poor Maya Yim. She definitely has a nasal fracture. Ugh. She had to get stitches. And from their report, she has likely rib fractures, but she was still waiting on imaging.
I wonder if that part's real.
From what I heard elsewhere, that is true. From when she went through the ladder, she landed on her side hard.
Ugh.
She was supposed to land more flush on her back, and she came down on her, I think it was her right side. I'd have to re-see but when Kaylee Ray went ahead and came in, the NXT UK Women's Champion pushed the ladder over. She was supposed to fall through the ladder to kind of break her fall, and she landed hard on the side of it.
She broke it with a rib.
Yeah, no kidding. Aaliyah also sustained a nasal fracture and a possible orbital fracture.
She's still there. Aaliyah is still there.
Yeah, and unfortunately, that was a not great moment. It was a bit of a mistiming from the backwards kick, and so she ended up bloodied and injured from the match. And then we had confirmation that Johnny Gargano is actually suffering from a cervical strain. So that's why we have no return date for the former NXT champion at this time.
Jesus.
We do know that he's been replaced by Matt Riddle to face Finn Balor at War Games. And then Matt Riddle was replaced by Dijakovic in the War Games match. So they shuffled everybody around.
Jesus, man, people are beat up.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, they're really killing their bodies over there. So we'll see, more from them later next week to see who gets the advantage. We have Dijakovic taking on Adam Cole. So that's going to be one hell of a main event ladder match for the War Games advantage as well.
All right. Well,
so that'll be interesting for NXT next week.
I'm glad for Dijakovic. He's so good, man. I finally got his name right after all the changes.
Yeah, no kidding. We're going to see, which is odd. I was talking about this with Matt the Misfit. The New Day versus the Revival, they're having a rematch. A lot of the fans were upset that the Revival lost the belts and weren't going to be able to defend them at Survivor Series in the triple threat match there against Undisputed Era and the Viking Raiders. So now we're seeing the New Day take on the Revival. I don't think the New Day are going to drop the belts. What do you think?
No, I mean, they just got them. They're going to drop them again. You know, I doubt.
That's the thing. I think they're just giving them a rematch to fill up TV time.
Yeah.
But I do not feel that they're going to switch due to crowd reaction. I think this was planned. They didn't want the Revival in the match anyways. So, and they've done this for Survivor Series before. You know, they took Jinder Mahal out of the title picture against Brock Lesnar there when he was champion, and they replaced him with AJ Styles. So,
yeah, they could do it again. They typically do this. Like, I mean, they do this a lot where they get a rematch right away and they solidify that they're the champions again.
Yeah, we're also going to see Bayley take on Nikki Cross to see if Nikki Cross can be on the SmackDown team for Survivor Series. And then we also had one more announcement for Raw. The Viking Raiders will put their tag team titles on the line against Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins. Odd that they're suddenly the number one contenders from out of nowhere. We haven't seen them on TV in
the last
ages.
time we saw them, they got buried by someone. They jobbed for somebody, if I remember.
Yeah, that was it.
Might have been the Viking Raiders that they jobbed
I think
for.
I think it was. And unfortunately, I think they're only doing this because the New Day have to defend their titles on SmackDown. So they're trying to make it fair.
Ugh.
At least in the eyes of, the fans.
They just devalue the belts more and more. It's like, all right, well, now these belts do that. So, like, that's even less.
Exactly. You don't need a tit-for-tat, play plan there.
Yeah, they need to have the belts have some individuality, and they're not going to with all this going on.
No, not at all.
It's like you just feel like it's, these belts get defended, then these belts get defended. Oh, okay.
Going forward, we do have some big news. The first ever women's tables, ladders, and chair match has been advertised. And it's not a singles match either. We're getting Becky Lynch and Charlotte taking on the Kabuki Warriors for the first time ever for the Women's Tag Team Championship tables, ladders, and chairs match. So they're going for the Women's Tag Team titles. Interesting that they're doing that there. Also announced for TLC is Roman Reigns versus King Corbin in a tables match. And then we're finally going to get Rusev versus Bobby Lashley with Lana. Yay. Yippee skippy. No one, I think, gives a single fuck about that one. But it is interesting to see that we won't have that match, which has pretty much been being built
the main
I
focus
thought, for Survivor Series. They're going to have that wait all the way until TLC to happen.
Wednesday, TLC's not till, so they're going to run this really a long time.
December 15th.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
We're going to hear about this
Dave
forever.
Meltzer said on Wrestling Observer that this will be probably the first time they actually have a match. They've collided against each other, but it seems that that's what they're aiming for. They're going to have the feud continue with segments until the TLC pay-per-view.
Wow.
How much more can they stretch this out? She already said she was pregnant, then she wasn't. They've done a restaurant attack. They've done the wedding ring beatdown. What more could we get out of this that we haven't already seen? Problem is they're focused on this because the YouTube audience eats this up. It's getting 2 million views in the first 24 hours, sometimes more.
Right.
And I don't know who the hell is watching it. Maybe there's a robot that just refreshes constantly, but Jesus.
Yeah, like little kids are watching it or something.
Yeah. Oh, she said sex.
Yeah. They're going to be taken off YouTube. Oh wait, they won't be though, because
they have 50 million subscribers
or whatever. Yeah. I'm still not even sure what I'm supposed to do. Like, I mean, I
set mine as no children's content.
Yeah, because I'm not children's content, so I wanted to select that. But then I read that if you do that, then you lose your super chats.
I didn't hear anything about losing super chats. They just separate. What it is that if you have yourself in the yes children or sometimes maybe, then they have to go ahead and adjust, and they actually analyze your channel to see.
See, that's
the only
all
thing
they
I was
do.
worried about is because we cover wrestling content.
Yeah.
WWE is considered a children's product. But if we say we don't make content for children, but we're covering a children's product, is that a point of contention?
Is it how is it considered a children's product?
That's how it's viewed. TV PG. WWE is considered a children's product by TV listings.
I feel more like this. Like it's like this. I think if they're doing the right thing, that they're really just trying to target people like this. A guy who goes, "What's up, everybody? I am a channel who eats Disney princess ice cream cones," and then so it's called eating Elsa's popsicle, and he eats Disney popsicles. He's like, "Oh," then he goes like, oh yeah, and then he also talks about sucking dick and stuff like that. Like, so I feel like that's the type of person that they
Elsa
should be.
Gate all over again.
Yeah, I mean, no, really, because that's what it is. Like, so like, okay,
yeah, because there's still tons of those channels out there.
Right, so you're a kid who expected to see some kind of Disney fucking popsicle video, and then there's this guy and you're talking about jerking off and weed. You know, so I feel like that's the type of thing. Like, I understand that. If that's what they're trying to weed out or whatever, like, I get that. Because you're, like, targeting towards kids, but you're an adult, and you're doing an adult program based on kids' toys. Like, so I could see that being some kind of problem. But if you're like, listen, I am an adult channel, and everything I'm doing, like you're probably going to see me add the parental advisory again back to my show, like the way all the beginning of all my videos. Like, it's probably going to come back again. I used to have it way back in the day where it's like, this is mature audiences only. No kids are intended to watch this.
Yeah, and it used to be where they favored people in the algorithm for children's content. But it says right here, YouTube's next big change would penalize anyone who creates content for kids.
Right.
And, you know, all YouTube content creators will have, you know, if you're kid directed, you have to tick that box. And in this case means children are the primary audience, or the content is directed to children, but children are a secondary audience. And that's YouTube's direct words.
Right.
So if that's the case, you might, it says the lack of personalized ads could cut revenue up to by 90% per video. You know, and that's the thing.
Jesus.
So any video that they mark as being for children will not have a comment section, info cards, personalized ads, and they won't have super chats available either.
So wait a minute, children's content won't have that?
Still, children's content won't have that. They're trying to remove advertising targeted specifically at children.
What? Then how come Nickelodeon's on the cable?
It's because they're using this to police themselves. So the big companies won't have to worry about it. They'll still be in that targeted advertiser pool that they have.
Right.
But the content creators that make, you know, like Blippi and people in that regard, it's basically a way
Dan
of them,
TDM is fucked.
Yeah, you know, so if you have any content, because they want to, you know, Dan TDM starts swearing in one of his videos. This is what they don't want anymore. You know, there's not going to be swears or bad content on Nickelodeon.
Yeah, but he won't have super chats anymore?
It says right here, comment section, info cards, personalized ads, super chats, and a number of other things many video makers rely on. Such videos would probably not net the content creator much revenue, and they estimate the lack of personalized ads could cut revenue up to by 90% per video.
Plus, they probably
So what happens if they just don't mark the video as being for kids? Well, if the video is ruled to be for kids without having being labeled as such, the content creator could be sued by the FTC directly. And that's a fee of $43,000.
It's not the FCC, it's the FTC, so it's the Federal
Yes.
Trade Commission? That's weird.
Yes.
What the fuck do they...
Because just like if you got WWE Network for free, and we're reviewing WrestleMania, you have to say, you know, oh, WWE sent this to me, so I'm reviewing it, but I'm letting you know I'm still giving you my unbiased opinion. But
yeah, right.
Well, that's the same thing with the FTC. They're trying to get people to not deny that they're making kids content. You know, you have to say I'm making content for children, therefore I have to abide by this set guideline of rules.
That's so weird, man.
If you don't enable that or list yourself as that, then you have a problem, because there was people garnering millions of dollars in revenue for showing, you know, Elsa getting stabbed in the ass with a needle. So that's their response to this too.
Oh, that shit was fucked up. I mean, that needed to be stopped in some way.
So that's their way to stop it, because they're going ahead and they bridge the gap of like self-censorship. You agree to their rules. If not, you're going to face a heavy fine if you break the rules. You used to be where it didn't matter if you got screwed. You know, same thing with the copyright strikes, because people were making new channels, and, you know, they had farms of these things in other countries. There was no end in sight. Now you're going to have to pay thousands of dollars, and
yeah,
you know, so it's much more of a you know, serious issue.
Scariest video is when the FTC talks about going after people. It's like, whoa! I've got the video that I put up on Twitter earlier from Daryl, because Daryl, I watched everything Daryl Eves does, but listen to some of this. Like, I don't even know if you can hear sounds right now, but some of what Daryl Eves says is like just fucked up.
Keep up to date on all things YouTube. Hit that subscribe button and the bell.
Be explicitly held liable for complying with YouTube's
Yes.
You can start regulating the type of content that's actually produced on YouTube. Now, this actually creates a lot of issues for all content creators, and it also creates a lot of issues for YouTube.
That this action is changing YouTube's business model. That YouTube cannot bury its head in the sand. YouTube cannot pretend that it's not aware of the content on its platform and hope to escape liability for COPPA. YouTube is going to be explicitly held liable for complying with COPPA where it has actual knowledge of the content. YouTube is going to be required to seek out that actual knowledge through requiring content creators and channel owners to specifically designate whether they are directed to children. And as the chairman noted, not only can we sue Google and YouTube for compliance with COPPA, but also individual channel owners and content creators. And once this order has been fully implemented, we intend to conduct a sweep.
YouTube just released a video for all content creators on the platform, and they are giving us details of how they're actually changing the platform and what it means for us as creators. YouTube is wanting all content creators to comply with COPPA, and ultimately they gave us a little notification of
regardless of where you're based, COPPA generally applies. Be sure to consult a lawyer if you have questions.
So here is my main concern.
Thanks, Bambi. So yeah.
So if you make anything with like characters or skits, that are geared towards children, that's why you should absolutely, click that, no child content box.
What if you? What if you use puppets?
But are you gearing your content towards children?
No.
Then yeah, you could. You could do it. And make
okay,
whatever you want,
really cool.
You just have to specify that this is not for children.
Right.
And then if they found out, if you said your content's not for children, and obviously if you were doing a skit with, puppets and cartoon drawings, but you were doing like an adult skit, you can tell that it's not content for children,
yeah,
you'll be fine. But if you said no and you went ahead and actually, were making content for children, then the FTC can hit you with those fines and violations.
Well, so weird, man. It's like, and I would suggest to anybody out there, if they were like creative, like they were creating cartoons or they were creating things like that, that you basically you'd have to have two separate channels. You'd have to have one channel if it was an adult cartoon, and you'd have to have a second channel if it was a kid's cartoon. So you'd have to really, yeah. So
but they're also targeting people like the Pauls, who for years now have specifically, the Vlog Squad, people like that have children audiences. They target specifically young children to buy that merch, link in the bio, all that shit.
Right.
And then they're showing sexual content, doing terrible goddamn things, at least in the eyes of, parents. I wouldn't, want my younger child watching any of that shit for sure. And
yeah, I would. I
wasn't
definitely.
letting Danny watch Jake Paul when she was young, or any content
I
like that.
I
when she
am
was
not.
younger.
I can definitely tell you, I'm not for kids. I'm not. Nobody under 13 should listen to me. They consider it 13 years old, and I agree with that. I think a 14-year-old can listen. I think they are.
I think it's 14 and up now.
That's exactly what it is too. Like
like Grimm is going to have something to worry about.
Right?
Because
Grimm
he has a younger children audience because of the action figures and stuff like that. But Eat It, and the Suck It, and doing that's going to be a problem. The Pauls, peoples, of that nature.
Yeah, anybody who's balancing like that's so fucked up, dude. Because like clearly my audience is older. Like clearly, like most people who listen to me, like some of the youngest people we know about are 15, and even them, I'm like, well, I think anybody should be old enough. So like I've never had someone call and be like, I'm 10. Like that's fucking crazy. Like I am obviously an adult show. Like. That is, so it's easy for me to select. Like, I am not for kids. Like, you should, like, I wouldn't let Gavin listen to me. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't let, he's 10.
Because Neo said Rojas is 12 and listens to you.
Rojas is 15, but that's funny. But yeah, it's, yeah, I mean, I don't even have a problem. See, I don't even have a problem age restricting my videos. Like, even if my channel was to be sweeped with age restriction, that still wouldn't bug me because it's still like most people are above that age. So like it's not even.
I age restricted my gun in the butt video.
But like you said with Grimm, if Grimm was age restricted, that's like 60% of his audience.
Yeah, that's what he doesn't want.
Right, and the people in the government that are doing all this are the ones that molest our kids. How fucking weird is that?
That's the funny part. You know, Epstein didn't kill himself, but
so I've got a solution for this. I was working on this all day, and I'm not even close to done. But while I was smoking some weed here and having a good time,
letting those creative juices flow,
I got that creativeness going. I was unable on my website before to create a members page. So I know that
you couldn't incorporate Patreon.
This is why you guys have to be patrons. You have to be patrons. But let's say Patreon, you don't want to be a patron, you don't like the idea of Patreon. I've got the answer for you. My website is coming soon. It's not done or even close to near done. Coming soon, you'll be able to go to my website, go to my stuff, like let's say Live on Air will be free for the time being. But if you go to videos for Monetize This or audio for Morning Madness, or for, let's say you want to listen to episodes 1 to 100 of Morning Madness and you click on it. Oh, what's this? Sign up. Oh, you've got to sign up? What do you mean? You need to sign up to have access. But and then it will take you to a page that looks like this. And these prices may change at some point. They're really high right now, but they're just because we have Patreon. If you currently want to listen to all my stuff, it's all available on Patreon. You just got to search through to find it and whatever. It's all on Patreon for much less, much cheaper on Patreon. But soon you'll be able to go to my site and say, oh, Joe Cronin's site, I want all audio. Every audio podcast, everything audio, I think I want to sign up. And you select the plan, you pay for it monthly, and you'll have access to all the audio, Morning Madness, Corrupted, everything. And it will all be searchable in a nice, organized fashion on my website where you can download it to your phone, play it, listen to it, whatever, and you will have access to that monthly. So say you wanted everything on the site, video, audio, everything else, and that was like $25. This is $12. So that is going to be an option coming down the road way later. It's going to take me hours and months to work on this site and to perfect it, and eventually it's going to be out. I'm going to have it tested a little bit with some people, and you'll be able to access everything everywhere. We'll be going live from there as well. It's going to be a big thing, and that is to protect us in case something does happen on YouTube. JoeCroninShow.net and Patreon. But if you're a patron, no need to do any of this because Patreon has everything right now. It's all set. And coming soon, we're going to be able to put all the stuff from Patreon on this website as well. And I'm going to come up with a third plan, hopefully, for patrons.
And the regular content will still be there.
Yeah, the regular content will still be there.
The regular
yeah.
content.
It's all the same
reviews,
thing. Nothing's
nowhere,
changing.
Monetize This. You're still going to get access
Yeah,
to
nothing's
all of that.
changing. Patreon's the same. Patreon's way cheaper. Patreon's better. You'll use Patreon. Trust me. I'm just creating this now. I don't know everything yet.
This is a great fallback.
Yeah, this is in case Patreon goes away and YouTube goes away. I've got a backup plan. I'm creating it, and I'm going to have it all done. So it's going to be a lot of fun. But
Denise, you'll still have access to everything that you did before. You know, if you don't have Patreon now, why you wouldn't, I don't know, but you still have access to everything you have now. So
yeah. Anyway, we don't know anything about it yet. I'm not even announcing it. It's just I'm working on it. Everybody, I know I'm working on it. A lot of people wanted me to work on that. I just don't get why they don't give you the option if you do, like, you know, for YouTube right now. If I go ahead and I click, you know, age restrict my video, and I want to still advertise on it, why does that immediately, you know, demonetize the video or reduce, you know, in search terms and all that stuff? That does that?
It depends. It's tricky. It gets reviewed pretty damn close, so it's not every time. Not if you click that you make adult content.
Right.
But if you age restrict your video,
right, because they're going to check it.
Yeah. So they'll check it and make sure. And the thing is there, but why can't you have, you know, specific advertisers? Because there's rated R movies, there's beer companies, there's all sorts of stuff. Why can't you have adult advertisements for an adult crowd? You know, why can't you go ahead and have targeted pools? That's why I never understood why.
Because it's a lie. So. They're lying. It's to get us off of here. That's what it is.
Oh, God.
Oh. Debe's Puppy Dog Pussy just donated $4.99. Deb A's Puppy Dog Pussy. Thank you, Deb A's Puppy Dog Pussy. If you only watch YouTube, then you're fucked. Because a lot of content creators are going to be leaving YouTube soon. They're going to be going anywhere else they can. So get ready for that. If you only watch YouTube, then you'll be supporting all the corporate shit on YouTube, and
Super chat.
All the creators are going to be leaving.
Yeah, but the content
Love
you make,
the
you'll still
show.
have.
Love that show. Thank you, Juan G. What up, Juan G?
Yeah,
What's up, man?
if you you'll still have your content that you have for now for free, even if YouTube goes away. It'll just be everything
Super
else
chat.
will be
Super
membership.
chat.
YouTube is out of control.
YouTube is it's YouTube and it's the government, man. It's the Hollywood elites all trying to shut it down. They're losing money on their TV shows. That's what this is. It's no doubt about it.
Here we go. I'm about to get it, man. Here we go. About to get it, man. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, no.
The new YouTube COPPA rules are going to decrease Logan and Jake Paul's cash flow.
Aw.
No wonder they want to go into pro boxing.
See, I'm not worried about them, Sanderson Vivo, because like
Let's go, champ.
They're rich forever. Like they're never gonna have to worry about money again ever. I'm worried about guys like
Hard Times, Joe.
Yeah, I'm worried about guys like Grimm. That's who I'm worried about. People who like, right now are living a pretty good lifestyle, but not real. But they're on the verge of like any minute it could collapse. Like that's what Grimm deals with. So like that's why he had to leave the warehouse. You know what I mean, and move his ring to outside. He didn't have money to pay for the warehouse after all the ad revenue died. So
Super chat. Super chat.
Grimm's toy show is screwed thanks to YouTube.
Yeah, Sanderson, I agree. I can't even keep the work up anymore. Me and Grimm were working like for like a few weeks ago with the Seth Rollins thing, and it really fizzled out really quickly. So I just give up on it. Fuck it. We were both working. We talked to each other every day on text message, but it was pretty fucking convincing that we hated each other. That was pretty good. Anyway, we'll go up there someday and we'll beat the shit out of Grimm, and it'll be a good time. Jake, any closing comments or whatever? We really.
Yeah, I'll run through this stuff quick because I've got quite a few things here. Becky Lynch, I wanted to talk to you about this earlier. I mentioned it to you. A lot of people seem to think that Ronda Rousey is going to interfere at Survivor Series. The women's triple threat is supposedly going to be the main event. I don't think that's a bad idea. So I don't see Ronda interfering in that match and showing back up at this point in time. One, because it really diminishes the impact of what they're trying to do with Shayna Baszler. They want to make NXT look as strong as they can, and that's what they've been building on the way to Survivor Series. They want to showcase NXT as its own brand. They want to bring more ratings up, for NXT. Having her be impacted by Ronda at this point in time, especially when Baszler isn't on the main roster, is just going to hinder that entirely, at least in my eyes.
Yeah, it's going to ruin her whole thing. It kind of already did mess it up by her debuting a whole bunch already, too.
Yeah, so, with that going forward, we'll have to see. But I think from what I've heard, Asuka seems to be the next challenger lined up for the title past TLC. That makes sense. From what I've heard personally, and again, take it with a grain of salt, but what I've heard personally is that Ronda Rousey will be the one to win the Rumble for the women's. That's when she'll return.
I believe that.
Becky. She'll take on Becky at WrestleMania.
I definitely believe that. That seems
I can't deny
very
my
plausible.
Chip guy. This seems legit. And time and time again, we hear other people like Meltzer's and
what is this guy's record with being right? Isn't it 1-for-1 so far?
3-0.
He's 3-0. Your guy that knows this stuff.
Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy.
3-0. He said The Undertaker wouldn't be at Mania. We said that in January, long before anybody started talking about it. The career stipulation weeks before Batista and Triple H actually even met up with each other, and then the Bayley winning Money in the Bank.
Wow.
Which I didn't believe.
Yeah, so he's nailed it. So Ronda Rousey, you heard it here. If you guys understand, you heard it here.
Things could change, and that's why I always say the wrestling business, this could be set in stone. They can have it paid for and shipped out, and then a week goes by and a contract changes or someone gets injured, so anything's possible. But right now, tentatively, my money's on Ronda Rousey coming back at the Rumble.
Yep, I would take that. I will take that with you. I will definitely listen to what he has to say.
So it just seems to make the most sense, and that seems to be in agreement with what a few other people are saying. But that makes the most sense if they're trying to really, keep NXT having all this momentum. Because once they get out of Survivor Series, they're going to want to leave Survivor Series. I imagine NXT might even win Survivor Series. I could see them doing that and being the dominant brand, because post Survivor Series time, NXT isn't going to be on Raw or SmackDown anymore. They're not going to be invading. They're not going to be. It's going to be an afterthought. So they're going to want to have as much momentum as possible for the week to week to get as many viewers onto their show. So I just genuinely feel like that makes the most sense.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're pretty much
going
on
forward.
with that.
We already heard it for TLC. We got the women's tag match. Okay, we kind of saw this already on Raw, which is kind of silly to make it such a big deal, but it could be Becky 2 belts again with that. We don't know what they decide to go on with that. And another thing is, a lot of people are confused with the Daniel Bryan Fiend storyline. My thought, and we brought it up previously on your show, obviously, saying that it seemed like they were going to go with The Miz. That was what was advertised for other shows, the Mexican show coming up and Starrcade as well. And I think that they still might do that and build to it this week, because this is the go-home show for Survivor Series. So they're going to have to, they have one more show, and they're going to have to do something big coming up. This is it. This is their go-home show.
This is it, yeah.
So they have one more show, and they're going to have to go ahead this week and really make it, this big triumphant big deal for the Fiend to have a match. They're not going to keep him off Survivor Series. He's the biggest thing they have. So I think the Fiend is going to... We have Daniel Bryan and Miz on SmackDown Friday night, tomorrow night. They're going to meet for Miz TV, and that's supposedly when Daniel Bryan's going to be talking about taking Sami Zayn's offer into account. Right. So I think we're going to get maybe something to do with, Nakamura. Maybe we could even see a match that night, but I think they're going to build towards, The Miz and The Fiend for Survivor Series quickly on SmackDown. I don't think they want to have Daniel Bryan and The Fiend, which was supposed to be built for weeks. According to, again, going through Meltzer here, he's just the one I have quoted on the screen, but, many others agreed. They said it was supposed to be, originally, Daniel Bryan was going to be beating Nakamura. He was going to take the IC title, and he was going to take on Roderick Strong and AJ Styles in the triple threat at Survivor Series. And the plan with Bryan and Bray Wyatt was going to happen after Survivor Series. The issue is, when Bryan got moved into the Wyatt match, Nakamura is now not losing the title, so they're keeping that triple threat the same. And, we don't have... It's too soon for Daniel Bryan. They have all this history. It's a great feud for them to have. That's something that can get them through a few months, really, with everything that they could build towards. And with, you figure Seth Rollins got them through 2 months. They got through Hell in a Cell and, the Crown Jewel pay-per-view and all the build-up throughout the end of September. With Daniel Bryan, I expect them to do the same and get the TLC. So I don't see Daniel Bryan taking on The Fiend at Survivor Series. I think they're still going to go with The Miz.
Wow. That will be really boring.
I think it'll be a decent match, but it'll be probably a bit on the squash side. But yeah. I can't see them keeping Bray off of the show entirely.
He's got to do something. I mean,
and we don't know what Adam Cole's doing yet either as champion. So
this is so weird. I don't know.
Roderick Strong is busy. Redragon's busy. It's everybody else has a match, but Adam Cole and The Fiend. So unless they face each other, which hasn't been built at all either, it was originally slated to be The Miz.
There was something that I was supposed to talk about, and I can't remember now. There's so
was
many.
Was it Jinder Mahal saying that he wants to main event WrestleMania this year?
No, I missed that.
I think you wanted to bring that up.
That's pretty hilarious, but
because he said that, talking to Metro, he was saying how, I got to be part of the Andre the Giant Battle, Royal Memorial there, and I won the U.S. title, so now I feel like I need to, main event WrestleMania.
We already talked about Lacey Evans, right, being added.
Yes, to the SmackDown. She went ahead.
They just added her. Everyone else had to be wrestling for a spot. They're just like, oh, just go there. You go. You just go over there. You just get added.
They want to make her the Charlotte on SmackDown.
Yeah,
that's their goal there. They have a lot of faith in her. They feel like she gels with everyone very easily, and that she really can get over on that brand now that she's away from Becky and Charlotte.
Unbelievable. How about Jericho?
Scarlett Bordeaux did debut on NXT last night. You might have missed it because it was very, very quick.
I did miss it.
When everybody was attacked outside, There was absolute chaos, and Marina Sharif, excuse me, I said that backwards, and Jessamine Duke and Candice LeRae were all beating the hell outside. Triple H told people to call for help, and you could see Scarlett Bordeaux there tending to Candice on screen. So it's not the biggest debut, but she's apparently going to get a lot more time once the Survivor Series, the War Games feud is over. They're focused on so many women at this point right now that she's going to have more of an impact, as pun intended, impact after the War Games match in Survivor Series.
I'm down with it.
But she did make her TV debut.
I still gotta watch that. I've only seen the main event and the opening match and the ladder match, which were really good, both of them. But
opening match was great as well.
You guys remember Survivor Series 2000? Awesome PPV.
Yeah, Survivor Series 2000 was pretty good. ADTR, what up, ADTR? Thank you, man. What's up? Sweet to hear from you, ADTR. I love you, cock.
Super chat.
If Lousy Rousey shows up, I am done with the WWE.
Lousy Rousey. I think you may see her show up at the Rumble. I think it's going to be right, man. I think you're going to be angry. You're going to be really pissed off.
Sexy transvestite.
Tommy's colostomy slob bag. Tommy's colostomy slob bag. Jay Paula. Thank you, Jay Paula.
Transvestite from sexual Transylvania.
Here comes Slobby.
Transvestite from sexual Transylvania.
Hey Joe, what type of weed did you buy today? Loved your tweet about it earlier today showing your liberal side that I love lol. I honestly don't know much about weed strains, but I'm curious as to your preference when it comes to what kind of high you like.
You like that liberal weed? No, I'm just kidding. Well, this was the 3D is what it was. It's Sativa 3D.
Cock sucker, suck the cock. I'm allowed to talk forever. I got a fucking dick. I'm not allowed to talk as long as everybody else.
My wife.
Fuck you, fucking cock sucker. Suck your own dick tonight.
Just getting off work, wanted to show you guys some love. Keep up the good work, fellas. Much.
Oh man, thank you so much.
Love my Northern Ninjas.
Hell yeah, baby. Oh my God. Nate from VA. Nate from VA with a $50 bomb. God damn, Nate from VA.
He snatched that belt away last second.
He is snatching it up. Let's get it going.
Mike is pissed.
Nate from VA. $50 drop. Thank you, Nate. A lot of love to you, my friend. Fuck yeah. And by the way, I'm going live on Twitch in a minute. I'm going to fuck around for a few. That is wild, Nate. Thank you so much, bro. Are there any more coming in? Let me just check, actually. Here it is.
Party.
我已经告诉你我的机是非常的你妈真是和 CM Punk 是小人吗?
Ni hao. Ni hao. Thank you for the $1.99. Very much appreciate that. I think that's Chinese, so ni hao, yeah. How you doing? Thank you. CM Punk. Phillip Brooks. CM Punk. Yurter, what's up?
It's funny how Corey Graves is starting to speak out a little bit more on his podcast. He went ahead and called out WWE for not properly using and utilizing the Raw Tag Team Champions, the Viking Raiders. He said, I want to, what I took out of that is the waste that has become the Raw Tag Team Champions.
Again.
That's right. I'm calling it a waste. I'm not calling them a waste. I'm calling what I see of them on my television a waste. It's nothing but a massive missed opportunity. He said that
wait, who's tweeting this? Who tweeted this?
This is Corey Graves on his podcast.
Oh, yeah, well, he's right.
Becoming a bit more outspoken recently. So
wants to get fired. I like it.
And he said that Graves also said that they made them look cartoony and silly by having them win squash matches against unknown opponents. You know, the Polo Boys and the Cubs and all that stuff.
Anybody in the company they end up losing it to.
Exactly. So give him credit for saying that. And
well, if he paid attention to what happened when Joey Styles had a podcast, Joey Styles was exited from the company for the stuff he said on his WWE Real as Fuck podcast.
Look at Renee when she said, tag him, you cowards, talking about CM Punk to WWE. That was amusing. that blew up Twitter for a little bit.
I think she wants to go hang out with Moxley, obviously.
Seems like she wants to, have that no fucks given attitude at this point.
Yeah,
speaking of no
that's
fucks
weird.
given, Finn Balor was also speaking to Corey Graves and said he's, no doubt, it would be cool, but he's pretty much done with the idea of ever having the Bullet Club or Balor Club, reunite on TV. He said I've been in WWE for 5 years, so that Bullet Club stuff for me is 7+ years ago. Trying to go that back far in time is, I'd rather come up with something new, create something that people can talk about that's fresh. I want to leave another legacy, and hopefully that's what we can do with me and NXT. So he just basically goes on to say that, I'm still boys with them, we're still friends, and it happens off screen, but I'm done with it as far
Bullet
as
Club's dead
goes.
anyway, so fuck it.
Yeah, it's kind of a silly thing. The OC has their own,
I mean, everything sucks now. I mean,
Roman said that he's very surprised that, Football Tom, as they called him, worked out so well. But Baron Corbin, whose real name is Tom Pestock, he was a football player, so they all called him in the back Football Tom. He said, Roman said, if you ever would have told me I would have main event a European tour with Football Tom, I would have said, get the hell out of here. And he said one thing about even with the boys in the back, he rubbed us a certain way, and when push came to shove, it was time for him to get in the ring. Everyone would tell him, dude, you're going to get fired if you don't, get in there and get the job done. And he said that, he eventually earned everybody else's respect, especially in 2018 when he cut his hair and dealt with the Raw general manager situation. He said he gradually got it after several years of learning the business. So I just thought that was funny for him to shit on him.
That's kind of funny.
And one last thing here. I heard this the other day, and I just thought it was really funny. It was Mick Foley was talking old stories, and he was basically saying that when they did the "This Is Your Life" segment, that Vince almost ran to the ring to end it.
Yeah, I've heard this before. Yeah,
I didn't hear that, but he said, Vince didn't like the segment.
Vince hated it until the numbers came out. I heard a long time ago.
Yeah, he said he hated it so bad because it went so long that he almost came down to the ring live on TV to stop the segment. In fact, they had to have multiple people talk him out of doing just that. That's how much he hated it. And so he's telling the story, and he says that, there was so much
where is he
tension.
on all these retard fucking things that go on now?
Yeah, right. So Vince took them in the back afterwards and really just gave them such, total disrespect and heat, saying how much it sucked. It went on too long. That was terrible. And the next day they come in and they hear that it did an 8.4 just in that quarter hour, the highest rated segment, of all time at that point in time. So they come in to find Vince, and he was left his office and he was hiding behind a couch. And the only reason they knew he was there because they saw his feet. So he was trying to go ahead and hide from The Rock and Mankind and make him think that he wasn't there so they would leave. They saw his feet, and Vince comes out and says, okay, you did a good quarter rating or something like that. I guess it was good. So even then, he went ahead and hated, the highest rated segment.
Well, I mean, sometimes everybody's wrong, I get it.
No doubt. But for a grown man
That's
to
funny.
try and hide behind a couch
That's
to
so
avoid
weird.
confrontation,
That's
you don't picture
bizarre.
Vince to be like that. That's the key I took away from that.
And I've heard that, but I mean, I hadn't heard that part. I've heard all the other stuff. I didn't know he hid, though.
Yeah, to
That's
hide behind a
bizarre.
friggin' couch.
That's so weird.
Super chat. Super chat.
Joe the chat wants that Blumpkin.
The Blumpkin? Oh, the Blumpkin. Yeah, you want the Blumpkin?
Chat wants the Blumpkin.
All right, well, we'll go over to Twitch. We'll play us, Blumpkin will play us out.
Super chat party.
Dan the Man.
What a crazy fight in the NFL tonight.
That was nuts, man. We all talked about that at the beginning of the show. Fucking used his helmet as a weapon. That guy is definitely suspended for the year. I can't believe he wouldn't be. And
yeah, we're gonna have 2 miles fired this week.
Pouncey pounced on him. No, that Pouncey shit was crazy though. I really like that guy. I'm really down with Pouncey. Like, I'm so down with Pouncey. Like, that guy is my guy. Like, when you see a dude hitting the helmet like that, and he comes in like that, like a raging motherfucker, and that's a black dude defending some little skinny white fuck. When you come in and you got your buddy's back like that, that Pouncey guy, sign me up for that guy's friend.
Fucking
I
all right.
I like Pouncey.
Bad boys for life there.
I'm a big Pouncey fan. I'm going live on maybe. Superman, thanks for hosting my stream on Twitch, man. Appreciate that. I'm going live on Twitch for a few, maybe not long, but a little while. Jake, anything you want to say for, I guess we say goodbye to Jake DeMarco, his sexy ass tonight?
No, that's it. I appreciate everybody, tuning in. Thank you guys for, keeping the chat alive and raucous as ever. And we'll see you, Monday for the Raw review.
Oh, comes another one from MTV5.
Anyone remember the Ascension? Yeah, neither do I. The poor be it starts. This is D_town from Twitter.
Oh, what up, D-Town? How you doing, man? MT53120, like, look at the name. D-Town.
What's up, TSS? Yeah, he's right. Vince hated This Is Your Life, but he did it 3, separate times.
Yeah. Do it again. And then those times were horrible.
Yeah, those were, ugh.
Should have stopped that Alexa Bliss one and the Bailey one.
Yeah, really. The second one wasn't bad when The Rock did it in reverse.
Right.
Because it was quick, and I was there
still
for that.
Weird,
it was funny as hell. But it still was, like you said, just...
Yeah, it was... D-Town, that's Dick-Town, everybody. No, I'm just kidding. Thank you for the $4.99, man. What's going on? Thank you. Yeah, anything else you want to say, Jake?
That's it. Make sure everybody tunes in to monetize this tomorrow night. I still want to roast the hell out of Tommy. He said he was game for it. And...
Fuck him. John Wills, thanks for hosting me, man. What's up, John Wills? Thanks for the host on. I'm gonna hang out and play some game a little bit, a little Diablo, just chill out. Maybe I might not even last long. I might only be on like 5 minutes. But we're live on Twitch, twitch.tv/JoeCroninJCS. Shout out to Nate from VA. I don't think anybody's gonna conquer this one. 50 drop. He's gonna take that championship home. Thanks to Nate from VA and everybody who signed up on Patreon as well. Me and Dave Rose did a little podcast talking about weed today. Following up the one that me and Jesse did from the other night from After Dark. After Dark is up. Me and Dave Rose talking is up. And me and Dave Rose, big podcast on Epstein is coming out tomorrow night. Yep.
Ooh.
It'll be big. And then Monetize This is tomorrow night. So.
And SmackDown.
And SmackDown. Okay, maybe the Epstein podcast drops Saturday morning. I don't know. One of the two. But it will be recorded tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. If you want to get a warm-up, that's up on Patreon right now. And I stay live with my gaming stream. All right. Good night, Jake. Good. Thanks for all.
Good night, everybody. Stay sexy. Shit. Have a good night and enjoy your Friday.
Keep it wet.
Always.
Bum, 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 bum. Dum, 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 dum. Nate from VA taking it home. Big bad motherfucking ads. Thank you, Big Bad Ads, for the subscribe on Twitch, man. Much, 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 much appreciated, bro. Much appreciated, bro. Big Bad Ads, 19 months in a row. That means for 19 months, Big Bad Ads has done some awesome shit. And he's subscribed 19 months in a row, has Big Bad Ads. Big Bad Ads, thank you so much, bro. What's up? Good to hear from you. And glad you are subbing. I'm just turning Diablo on right now, trying to get it rolling. And I'm going to be going over to the Gaming Purple Place right now, only on the Purple Place. So come on over, hang out on the Purple Place, known as Twitch. And we'll have a good time over there. For a little bit. I'm going to smoke. I'm going to smoke it up. I got my smoke. Your mama's going to choke on my smoke. That's so fucked up. That's so weird. What's up, chat? Thank you to Nate from VA, man, for coming in with the big super chat bomb. Epstein confirmed number 30 at the Royal Rumble. That'd be wild. That would be wild. He comes down in a truck. Like a bunker. Big Bad Ads, man. 19 months. That's some dedicated shit, man. Oh, you want some of this, dick?
me a beer. You've got a new subscriber.
Let's see me running through that open door. I believe I can fly. I believe I can fly. I believe. Sorry. We are ripping and rolling, baby. Are you ready? Live on Twitch, in front of the world, Joe Cronin takes his cock out. No, maybe crazy. Maybe to the bookstore, huh? Okay. Oh, Blumpkin. I'm sorry. Gotta play Blumpkin. I'm sorry. My bad. Shit, I almost forgot. My bad. Dial it up, motherfuckers. From Nate from VA. Made it happen with the $50.
Y'all know about that Blumpkin cunt pussy? Here we go.
What's up, Twitch?
That Blumpkin, you got that Blumpkin pussy juice. That fucking cunt, that fucking juice is on the loose. That pussy screws all of the men. Blumpkin, cunt, pussy, juice once it's in my mouth. I'll swallow all your juice.
Thanks for subbing, Metal Gear Solid.
Fucking cunt, pussy, juice. That cunt is on the loose. That pussy juice. I want that Blumpkin cunt's pussy juice. Nom 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 nom. Blumpkin cunt's pussy juice. All I want in my mouth. I can't take all of it. It's dripping down my throat so wet. Blumpkin cunt's pussy juice. Blumpkin cunt, it's all I want from you. I smell it from here, I smell it from there. I eat through your underwear. I nibble it up, I gobble it all. I make your pussy and your panties fall. I wanna withdraw your fucking cunt. Your beaver meat is on my front. I fucking lick it up my tongue. Blumpkin, oh cunt, pussy juice. That's all I fucking want from you. Your Blumpkin, your cunt, your pussy juice. Oh, your pussy's the size of a goddamn moose. I want it so bad I can taste it from here. I wanna munch it, I'll munch your ear. I will munch every part of you. 'Cause I want that cunt and Blumpkin juice. Pussy juice. That Blumpkin cunt pussy juice. Blumpkin cunt pussy. Blumpkin cunt pussy juice.
I forgot about the end of that, dude. What the fuck? Yum, 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 yum. Blumpkin. Dude, what the fuck with the end of that song, man? Wow. All right, we're heading over to the Purple Place exclusively. Wow, it is fucking smoky in here, man. This shit's real. Oh, this shit's fucking real as shit, bro. Oh my God, is this real? Oh my god, dude, this is real as shit right now. Come watch me on Twitch. It's gonna be fucking wild. Come over. Twitch.tv/Joe Cronin JCS. It's in the link below. Big bad ads dropping big bad bits. Oh, here we go, brother. Let's go to Twitch.